What is up, guys? I'm NarendraTheComic, and right now we're going to be doing something called I'm Not Having It. I'm just not having it. I'm thinking of making a series of this. It might be something I do. And this first, maybe second, maybe there's a hidden first episode, I guess, from about a year ago. We'll see if you catch it. This episode is about the Spurs, the Tottenham Hotspur versus Juventus game. Now, for some reason, Spurs out of nowhere became giant killers in this season's Champions League. They beat Borussia Dortmund home and away. Somehow, even though the season before they got killed by them. They beat Real Madrid on aggregate over 2 legs in the group stages. They got put in a group of death. They won the group. Mad stuff. They outplayed Real Madrid in both games. Ridiculous shit. And then the knockout stages come, and what do Spurs get? They get their just desserts. They get fucking Juventus, the Italian kings of football, the defensive masterclass. And Spurs managed somehow to rip them a new one in the first leg. The truth is, Spurs royally fucked up in that first leg. The first 15 minutes, they were shambles. They got fucked. They could have been about 4-0 down, 3-0 down in the first 15 minutes. By half time, they could have been 4-1 down. It didn't happen. They came back. They destroyed that second half. They destroyed the second half of the first half. They won 3/4 of that game, all right? That's the truth of it. They managed to come back to Wembley Stadium 2-2 with Juve, all right? They were on a pedestal. They were higher. They had the advantage at home against Juve on aggregate. They had the away goal rule, okay? You can't really beat that. You can't really ask for much more from a Spurs fan's point of view than going to Turin, scoring 2 goals and having an advantage coming home. You can't, all right? Let's not be greedy here. So somehow out of nowhere, because they drew the first leg away, they're like Spurs are the favourites against one of the biggest, most famous historical clubs in Europe. Spurs are now the favourites against Juve. Personally, me, I was like, I think it's pretty even. I wouldn't say Spurs are the favourites. Spurs have a good chance of going through, but knowing Spurs, they could still fuck it up. And I was hoping that wouldn't be the case, because the game started. And Spurs were off to the races. They were going, running, pressing, stopping. They were doing everything they could, cutting things off. Everyone was playing so well. One man in particular, was playing phenomenal. You know this man as Heung-min Son, Mr. Korea as I call him. Honestly, this man works so hard. He works so hard for his team. And he is still, I think, underappreciated. I think he's still underrated. Even though people are now rating him more. He's still underrated in my opinion. And he was running down the left-hand side, there, coming back and forward. His defending has improved a shit ton over the last year. I'll give him that as well. His defending has significantly improved. And of course, the play was going through him, and it was only him who was going to score the first goal of the match. He managed to come through, but with the luck and the effort he put in, he fumbled the ball into the net. Man goes crazy. I don't care. It's a goal. It's in the net. I don't care if it's a 50-yard shot that goes in, or if it came off his balls. I don't care. A goal is a goal, and we'll come back to that later. Yes, we will. So Spurs still dominating this match. They're going to halftime 1-0 up. I'm sure Pochettino was just like, guys, do the same. You. Maybe Dembele, get on the ball a bit more. You can block things off a little more. Control the game from the center. We can do this. There's one thing, Dembele and Eriksen, they just weren't on the ball enough in this match, and it really came to cost them in the second half because there was a lapse of judgment for literally 5 minutes. Some good tactical changes by Allegri, but I'm not having that. One goal, I would have been like, that's fine, but somehow they managed to punish Spurs in the space of 3-4 minutes with 2 goals, and I was like, fuck. Spurs are done. This is it. It's done. I really was just like, this game's over. These guys are going to park themselves like a bus, and they're just going to sit there in defense. Actually, no, not going to be parked. They're not going to be parked, because if they were parked, there's a potential that they'll move. They were in a traffic jam that hasn't moved for 3 hours. They were just sitting there like, we're not moving anywhere. They weren't budging a freaking inch. They were like, okay, ball comes in, out. Ball comes in, out. Ball comes in, out. I was like, it was annoying. It was particularly annoying. Kane had a couple of chances as well in the first and second half. He should have finished one off. Son had 2 or 3 chances as well. He could have had, I guess, a hat-trick. it just wasn't for him. It wasn't for him. They weren't laying up right for him, and it was unfortunate. Eriksen had a really good opportunity as well, which Chiellini, I'll get back to that fucker as well. Chiellini did a very good block on him, on his curve shot. It was definitely going in. Like, Buffon was completely wrong-footed. He wouldn't have got to Eriksen's shot had Chiellini not blocked it. So I guess good block from him. And it came to the last 15 minutes or so, and one thing I dread when Spurs are playing and a substitution comes is that the man, the myth, the legend, Erik Lamela comes on the pitch. I do not know why this man is on the Spurs bench. I do not know why he occasionally gets in the Spurs team. I do not know why Spurs paid £25 million for this man. It boggles my mind. It really does. I would not have him in the team over any of the Spurs squad. He wouldn't get in there over. He shouldn't be in there. There's no way Erik Lamela should be in like a 17-man, 18-man squad, you know, for a game. No, he shouldn't be. It's ridiculous. I think Poch likes him so much because he's Argentinian. There's no other reason why. So Lamela, my freaking devil man, comes on the pitch, and I'm just like, all right, Lamela, don't touch the ball. If you don't touch the ball, you can't fuck it up. So there's a start. What does my man do? He listens to me, and he doesn't touch the ball. It comes to the 90th minute. We're going to extra time. Spurs 2-1 down. They need that goal to go into the final little bit of the game. The extra time, and if extra time had come, Spurs could have won this. Lamela, Kane heads the ball. Somehow, the trajectory of this ball doesn't make any sense. Either he heads it. He's offside, by the way, but it wasn't caught, so it counts. Kane was offside. He heads the ball. It hits the post. Somehow it hits the post here. And you'd think either it's going to come out this way or it's going to come out that way. But it just bounces on the line. And I look at it, I'm like, the math isn't there. The math doesn't make any sense. I'm Asian. I understand this angle stuff. I'm like, this is... I'm dying right now. I've had a mild case of death. I can't handle this shit anymore, right? The ball is on the line. I'm looking at it. I'm like, Lamela, you just need to run it. You just need to run into the ball. You just need to run. This is the goal. You just need to run into it. And you score. Don't kick it. Don't do anything. Just run. I said earlier, use your balls. Hit it with your balls. I don't care. Get the ball in the back of the net. Somehow Chiellini gets back. He's a slow motherfucker. You have the space over him. You have the pace. And you're fucked up. You just need to run into the net. Have a broken chest. I would do it. If I was on the pitch, I would have run into the goal. I would have broken my chest. I don't care. I would have scored that goal. So the truth is, he just bitched out of it, unfortunately. He couldn't hack it, and he made us lose that game. I'm not saying he's the only one to blame. I'm not. There was a defensive error from Dyer and Sanchez and other people which caused problems, but I mean, Lamela, in 90th minute, you've only been on for a bit. Your reflexes, you've been on for a bit. You should have been there and been ready to take that chance, take the opportunity to literally make history for yourself and make history for the club. And you bottled it. You didn't commit to running into the ball. You just needed to run. That's all you need to do. You have the age of Chiellini. You had the time. You had even the footing over him. I don't know how you fucked it up. I don't know how you fucked it up. I really don't. I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for me. I feel sorry for every Spurs player. Then there's Chiellini saying stuff like, oh, it's me, Mario. It's me, Mario. The Spurs, they very bad. They mentally weak. They don't have strength in defense. I'm like, shut the fuck up, Chiellini. Go make a fucking pizza, alright? I don't care. You're talking shit. Spurs had you rattled for 90% of the 2 legs, alright? Don't chat shit to me. I know the truth. You know the truth. Spurs could have and should have won that, man. Son said Spurs should have done better. Spurs deserve more because they played better. That's true, but it doesn't always work like that. We'll come back next season, hopefully Champions League, definitely Champions League football, and we'll get further along. The truth is, with a result like that, 2-2 away in Turin, you only get that very rarely, and we squandered it in the second leg. Anyway, guys, that's it. If you did enjoy this video, do tell me below, and please do like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down there. Tell me if you want me to do more of these types of videos, because my ranting, I just go off. You know, if you didn't subscribe, then your team will never do anything in their life, okay? And you don't want that. I don't want that unless they're Arsenal. So just subscribe to avoid that. I've been NarendraTheComic. You have been great, and I'll see you next time. Skadoosh.